Oh man, oh man, oh man. So The Last Guardian is real. It comes out in October, and that is so freaking exciting. There were worries that maybe this game might not even make 2016 and move into 2017. And when we got the trailer last year for the first time in forever, it would sting that much more if we had to wait another year for this game to come out. But it looks like Shadow of the Colossus devs and Team Ico, and they're doing a good job in trying to get this game out and working really really hard on it. And obviously the game was a lot more difficult to make than they anticipated, but overall the game looks gorgeous. There's something they're doing really they're doing some interesting things with lighting, but nevertheless, I'll talk about it later. Let's just go ahead and check my live reaction. God, man, their first party studios are so freaking talented. It's not even funny. What is this? Please don't tell me another one. God. I don't think I'm going to be able to handle this whole conference, honestly. Last Guardian. The Last Guardian. The Last Guardian. Wow, it looks beautiful. Oh my god, no. Yo. Oh my god. I'm big on music. Music, if it hits the right notes, it gets me a little. Yes! Oh man, so The Last Guardian is an interesting game, obviously, because you could tell just by that trailer that there's going to be some crazy emotional moments, right? And what specifically what this team does so well and what they've done so well in their previous games is introduce mechanics, right? But have those mechanics have emotional substance to them. Now, what does that mean, right? It's very much in the way of something like Spec Ops: The Line and how they introduced war and made you actually think about the things that you were doing on a moment-to-moment basis, right? You're shooting and killing hundreds and hundreds of people, and then have the game turn the camera back on you and or the mirror, and have to look at all of the atrocities that you've caused. And this Team Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, and most likely The Last Guardian, will introduce gameplay mechanics and try their best to not necessarily manipulate that, but try their best to kind of get an emotional response from a player, or get this nice little repetition in terms of the mechanics, and then suddenly you have to use it yet again, but it's not as easy as a decision as it was beforehand. And that seems kind of vague, I know, but that's kind of like what it is. It's you keep on doing this thing after this thing after this thing after this thing in a video game, and it seems so normal to the point where you don't even question things anymore. And suddenly there's a moment where you actually thinking about performing this act that you've done hundreds of times, and suddenly you question it. You're like, wait a second, why am I doing this again? And that's one of the things that they do really well, and I'm excited to see how they manipulate that in The Last Guardian. And again, that bird, flying hawk, that thing is it's going to be tricky to kind of balance, the connection that the player has with that animal, because there's some people that it's very instant, that they'll be like, that thing is so cute. I want to protect it at all costs, and I'll be devastated if it dies. And there's some people that just don't care because it doesn't either speak, or it just, they're just cold on the inside. I don't know, or they just, the game doesn't gravitate towards, doesn't appeal to them. But overall, I think The Last Guardian has a very interesting world, has really cool puzzling, platforming, stuff that you're going to have to communicate, not necessarily verbally, although obviously there's some verbal commands, but there's also going to be some definitely some body language stuff happening, and I want to see how they use that, because obviously we're talking about a dog, and if anybody knows that has had a cat or a dog or another animal before, the emotional connection you guys can make, even though it might go one way, only me to Lizzie, and Lizzie not back to me, she just needs me for food. But the point I'm trying to make is that there's definitely something there. There's definitely a connection you guys can make, and I want to see that play out in a long, not necessarily a super long campaign, but their stories are pretty meaty, and they're intriguing, and I just really enjoy them. So that's why I look forward to The Last Guardian so much. Of course, let me know in the comments what you guys think about The Last Guardian, and let me know what you guys think about what the fate of the animal is going to be. And that's it. If you hate me, you know what to do. If you like me, you know what to do. And if you can see my eyes, they are barely staying up. But we got this. We're going to fight through it. All right? I'll see you guys later.